Hey. Getting ready.
I've been working overtime like crazy.
Doing this podcast thing. First time, you guys,
Just to show you how
that I'm doing. I produce other people's podcasts, but I've never done my own, not live. Let's get ready.
Show you that my love is real.
Hey, Melinda, I see you.
Even care when I stay? Oh, baby.
Uh-oh. It's working. See, this is a temporary screen that I gotta fill. I'm shooting a video and I gotta edit it.
Oh, baby.
Getting my stuff together. Where's my drinks?
Someday you will notice every little thing I do for you.
Oh!
Like the time I went to buy you flowers, 'cause you said your favorite one is blue. Do you even care when I stay? Oh, baby. Can you even tell I'm under your spell? Oh, baby, I just wanna take another look at you so our eyes can finally meet. I just wanna take another look at you. Maybe that's when you will see that I'm falling hopelessly in love with you, 'cause you're making me complete. I just wanna take another look at you. Will you let me?
Uh-oh. Simulcast has started. Let's see how that works. Only the doers are blessed.
I just wanna take another look at you so our eyes can finally meet. I just wanna take another look at you. Maybe that's when you will see that I'm falling hopelessly in love with you, 'cause you're making me complete. I just wanna take another look at you. Will you let me?
For those that don't know, you should shut the fuck up and listen too. If you notice, the more people that listen, the better off they are. The loudest people in the room are usually the ones that don't know what the hell they're talking about. So today we're talking about only the doers are blessed. Only the doers are blessed. 20, no, longer than that. Maybe 21 years ago, 21, 22 years ago, I used to go to a church called Power Love Christian Fellowship in Los Angeles, right there on Manchester and Florence. And in the foyer of the church, they had on this wall that said, only the doers are blessed. I think it came from James 1:22. This is the scripture in the Bible that talks about, don't be just a hearer, but be a doer. And if you are a doer of the word, then you'll be blessed. But I believe that transcends all walks of life. There's so many people that talk about doing things and actually don't do half the things that they're talking about. Think about yourself. Think about all the stuff that you're talking about doing, and what you're getting ready to do, and what you're finna do, or what you're about to do, and all the people that's getting ready to. Or I remember when I was a film producer, I would talk to people, and I was like, "Look, hey man, what you working on?" They'd be like, "Yeah, I'm getting ready to." Hold on, I'm getting some feedback in this.
There's no one, there's no one, there's no one, there's no one.
I'm getting used to it. Thank you guys for your. Thank you guys for your. turn this microphone off. There we go. No more feedback. But I think you can still hear me. The level say you guys can still hear me. Hey, you guys, you can't hear me now? Is the music? Oh, Nupe says the music is too loud. Let me turn that down. See, I gotta look at it. I gotta get used to it. I don't know. I'm setting levels, you guys. Hold on. Let's see.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
You say the music is too loud. I want the underbed though. I ain't turning the music off. Y'all ain't gonna make me turn the music off. All right, I can see you in the chat. What up, DJ? What up, Big Ben? Claudius, okay. Can you hear me now? I turned the music. I ain't turning it off. It sounds better with the music. Plus, the music.
Charmin's Super Mega Roll is 6
But does it
regular
sound
rolls
better
in one.
now that I
Enjoy
turned
the go with Charmin.
Let me know. Just hit me in the
At
comments.
Ralph's,
on where you
everything
at.
we
Let me know
sell
if it
is
sounds
guaranteed fresher than fresh because our associates constantly check to make sure everything is at the peak of freshness. That means peeking at the peaches, spying on the steaks, and delving deep
Nobody's
into the
saying
dairy
anything. Anyways, I'm
department.
assuming
So
that you guys
everything
can hear me
we
now,
sell is
now that I turned the
guaranteed
music
fresh,
down.
or we'll make it right.
So-
Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
Get more ways to
Test
save
one,
with the buy
two.
5 or more
Test
save
one,
$1
two.
each sale. Just buy 5
There's
or more
no
participating
audio?
items and save $1 each with card. Ralph's, fresh for
Okay.
everyone.
But can you hear
Your
me?
roommate's vacuuming for the 5th time today. But you have the
It's still
$5
too high?
Chalupa Cravings box from
Bruh,
Taco
it's at
Bell.
5%.
So his vacuuming might as well be the soft hum of purring kittens.
That is crazy.
And your
Okay, hold
loud
on.
neighbors turn into a
Hold on.
telenovela with the beefy 5-layer burrito
Test
and
one,
chips
two,
and nacho
one,
cheese
two.
sauce plus a medium drink.
Jorge, ven y bésame, mi amor.
With the $5
Hold
Chalupa
on.
Cravings
Oh,
box
wait a
from
minute,
Taco
wait a
Bell,
minute, wait a minute,
nothing
wait a
can
minute.
ruin your bliss.
Oh,
It's
shit.
value beyond belief.
Ha.
Limited participating locations
You
for
know
limited
what?
time
You guys are
only.
listening to
Prices
fucking
items vary. Tax
Spotify,
excludes tax
bruh.
extra.
Hold on, man. I can't believe that. See, I'm working the kinks out. This is I'm gonna call this episode 0. Now, that's gone. Hey, Shuby, can you hear me now? Did I fix it now? Bruh, I'm getting used to this shit. I got all this equipment going on over here. And Shuby, I should have had Shuby come over here and set it up because Shuby's a music professional. Okay. How's that sound? Is that better, you guys? Is that better? I didn't even know that I had Spotify still playing. I thought Spotify had stopped. That was during the pre-rollout. So y'all didn't hear shit that I was talking about, right? All right, well, maybe you heard a little bit about what I was talking about. So what I was telling you, hey, Kim, I see you there. So what I was saying was, for those that's wondering about the title of the show, it's called Only the Doers Are Blessed. And it was about 21 years ago that I used to go to a church called Power of Love Christian Fellowship. And in the foyer, they had the sign up that said, Only the Doers Are Blessed, right? And it hit me because I think that came from a scripture from James 1:22 that said, don't just be a hearer, you have to be a doer. You got to do the things. And I was saying that transcends in real life as well. And that in addition to just talking about stuff, you got to do it. And I've been talking to a few people lately, but I've been talking to people all my life. All my adult life has been talking about what they're going to do, yapping about what they're going to do, saying they're going to do certain things. And they don't really actually do it. It just makes them feel good internally to think that they're going to do it, but they don't actually come through. And that, I like to keep the people in my circle of doers, people that just talk the talk. I don't really like to fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I just wanted to discuss today. And I wanted to find out, because even you, like think about the things that you said that you're getting ready to do and versus the things that you've actually done. Have you? Have you done the things that you talked about doing? Even when it comes to fitness, working out, when it comes to your business, when it comes to your love life, when it comes to your woman, fellas, do you do the things that you're supposed to do in regards to her? Ladies, do you do the things that you're supposed to do when it comes to your man? A lot of people talk the talk, but they don't really walk the walk. And I think if more people would do instead of talk, if they would just shut the fuck up and do instead of just listen, things would be a lot better. I remember in the film industry, I was saying this before, when I was a film producer, you'd meet a lot of different people in Hollywood, and you'd always ask them like, hey man, what project are you working on right now? What's going on with you? And it's like, oh man, I'm I'm in development. Everybody's always in development, right? I'm in development on something right now, and I got a horror film I was thinking about. And it's like, well, let me read the script. Oh, I don't got the script ready yet, man. It's just a thought. You ain't got the script ready, bro? You've been thinking about, how long you been thinking about this? When are you gonna make it happen? When are you gonna do it? Everybody's always thinking about something and not making it happen. And even in, like, as you know, I'm in fashion. There's a lot of people in fashion that talk about, in fact, I was having this conversation with my girl, Courtney. She's a partner of mine. We have a brand together, Classy Club, and she has a store right off the alley off of 11th and Santee. In fact, I should bring Courtney on. I wonder if she's available. Hold on one second. Let me shoot Courtney a link, see if she can come on. Because I know she's here, because she was talking about going to El Pollo Loco. So let's see if she's online. All right. All right. Shot Courtney the link. Let's see if she'll jump on. Because we have these kind of conversations. Me and Courtney have intellectual conversations all the time. And she gets hit up by a lot. And mind you, she is a millennial. But she's not the average millennial. She's different. But she deals with millennials. And as you know, I'm Generation X. Us Generation X people is always dogging out the millennials about how lazy they are. I'm thinking about like how bad I wanted an automobile back in 1984. Nissan made a car called the Nissan 200 SX. It was just a regular old car. It wasn't super fast, but I loved how it looked. And when I was in high school, when I first went to high school, my first high school was Birmingham. I graduated from Chatsworth, but my first school was Birmingham. And they had a student parking lot, and there was this brother. He was a senior. He had a Nissan 200 SX with gold Inkies. You guys don't know what Inkies are, but those are this rim. And he had some gold Inkies on his 200 SX. You know what I would do? I would go to the student parking lot during lunchtime and watch his car like a security guard. Because I was an introvert, right? I wasn't all popular, especially when I first got to high school in 9th grade. I wasn't all super popular. I didn't know all my friends went to a different school. I was only at Birmingham because my dad worked there. He was a teacher. And so I would go watch his car because that's how bad I wanted to drive. But today you can't get some of these young kids to drive. They don't even want to drive. They like, for what? I got Uber. And they would literally spend $1,000, $2,000. They'll spend over $1,000 a month paying Uber than having, a car note. But I get it. It's easy, because you could move when you need to move and you're paying only a little bit. You're not committed. So there's a lot of non-committal to not doing things because doers that are blessed have to have a commitment to certain things. They have to be committed to a goal. And a lot of people don't do that. Oh shit, Courtney's online. Let me see if I can bring her in. Court, you there? I can't hear you. Hold on, love. Let's see.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Siri better hush up. Hey, Court.
Hi.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Courtney, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
There you are.
Hi.
What's up? Hey, you're live, by the way. You're live. This ain't regular FaceTime. So everybody, this is Court.
It's my juice.
That's what's up. Hey, got my juice. Mine is kind of special. But Courtney, listen. Remember the other day we were talking about people who be faking the funk and acting like they all about the business, and when it comes to time to doing that something, they're not about it. Today I'm live on a podcast. This is the first episode. Remember the episode, the Shut the Fuck Up podcast I was telling you about? This is episode number 1. And
word.
I'm bringing you on. I'm bringing you on because I want to talk to you about the people that you deal with. Because you're young. You're 30. You're in your 30s, and I want to talk about the people that you deal with all the time that's always talking about doing stuff and not doing it.
There's a lot of them, and I have to separate myself from them because I'm gonna be just like you, not doing shit. Can I cuss? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you can cuss. This is Shut the Fuck Up. It's called Shut the Fuck Up Podcast. Of course you can cuss.
Yeah, I be around a lot of people. I be around a lot of people who just want to have like, oh, I want to have all this stuff, but I'd be like, okay, well, what about this? Oh, what is that? Okay, cool. Educate yourself in it and like become more proactive, because everybody wants to have a boutique, but then doesn't want to do the operational paperwork or like all the business budgeting and all that stuff to have the boutique. You just want to be popping on the gram. That's a millennial thing. You want to do
let's unpack that. So what is it about social media that everybody is so big on making themselves look like something but not having anything behind that? And like you said, I think you mentioned that's a millennial thing, because you actually, you know, I remember when you just got your new high-rise apartment downtown. It's fly as hell with the overlook of the city. You drive the fly Mercedes Benz. You got your own boutique, a real boutique, a brick and mortar. It doesn't matter. What does it matter? That's smart. Yeah, but that's smart money.
That helped my credit.
Yeah, that's smart money. You think I'm buying another car? You think I'm paying for another vehicle? I'm not buying no more cars. Everything new I get is gonna be a lease from now on. That's just smart money. Nobody wealthy buys cars. You know, only that's something that's been fooled by. I mean, people have been fooling the poor for a long time. Oh yeah, you want to buy this car? You to do that. Yeah, nobody with money, and this is for everybody out there. Nobody with money buys cars. No millionaires are out there paying cash or buying these cars. They rap about that. You hear it in the music. Yeah, I bought this. They ain't buying them cars. And half the time, some of them dealerships is giving it to them as long as they bring people to them. So, look, now they trying to do shoot your shot. I'm gonna put that up there, Shug. I'll put it up there. So listen, Courtney, you got it going on. Yes. You got your business. You have your you live comfortably, and you deal with a lot of people that come in and they talk to you about, I want to have a boutique as well. But how many of them actually make that move? And why? And what's so big about social media that they want to look like they popping but not actually do the work?
Because everybody wants to be the Joneses. When the Joneses ain't got a motherfucking thing.
The Joneses be struggling too, right?
Exactly. The Joneses be at Walmart, but they're not going to show you that. So why do I, like in my mind, why do I want to be somebody who isn't what they are, but is what they're perceived to be? I don't want to be that. I want to be me. So if I want this, I'm gonna go get it. If I want to go there, I'm gonna save up and go. I'm not gonna try to break the bank and be in debt and say, oh, cool, wow, I have a boutique, and then you ain't got shit to come to.
Right.
You know, so I think it's being like proactive, and it's also like learning about what you want to invest your time into, and is that really you? Because when it's you.
But Courtney, here's the thing. What is so big about faking the funk on social media? Because it's not like
it's easy.
Yeah, but people are going to expose that. And then why don't the younger generation want to do the work? That's the next thing I want to talk about.
Because ain't nobody out there exposing shit. All these girls with the Gucci bags, Chanel bags, all this and that, they're not telling you that it's not real. They're not telling you that it's their homegirls, that it's the lease, that they went down to a little store down the street and they're borrowing it from the designer. Like, ain't nobody telling you that. So all this stuff is fabricated and made it look so easy to do. So that's why everybody want to do it. Because you can easily say, oh, I'm this bitch. But is anybody gonna pull receipts on that? No. But the cat that you owe $100 to gonna be looking like, oh, why is she over here flexing? But it's not gonna put you out on a comment though. Like, they're not gonna out you. So it's so easy to look like something, because who's gonna tell you that you're not?
Yeah, but so how does that work in the dating world? You know, so if you got that young guy, because see, all it requires is people to do the work. All it requires is some, like, let's talk about starting a business, Courtney. How many people that we know that's out there talking about they want to get their boutique going, but they don't even have, all they got is a business card. You know, they run over, they design something real quick online at Vistaprint. They get 500 cards made for $19.99, get it mailed to the house, and suddenly they're a CEO. And now they're the CEO of this fancy name that they didn't came up with, and they use Photoshop to create themselves a fancy logo, and now they're a CEO. Don't got no inventory, no employees. Right. They're not the executive officer over anybody, but that's all that's required. And some people don't even go out and get the paperwork.
Right. So not to downplay anybody who is starting, by getting their business cards and stuff.
Right.
But your business card has vital information. Do you have your name trademarked? Do you have an LLC? Do you have any of those names that you created? Like, are those yours? No. So you have a card with letters on it with an idea of what you want to do. But it's like, you have to make sure all that stuff, like I didn't get my business card till after I finalized my LLC. Because I made sure that the website was on there, was my website. I could get that website, the domain, and that business name was my business name. Because I can come up with Urban Rarity, and then a cat can take it the next day, and then now I gotta go reprint 500 business cards. That type of thing. So I think it's a mindset. People need to realize that it's not just the little things you could do, it's all the paperwork. I don't like doing paperwork. My mom helps me with a lot of my stuff too, but I do the footwork and she's like more of like the paperwork person. So it's a team effort, but it's like still all those things need to be done. And it's okay to say, hey, I don't have a brick and mortar store, but I want to create a business. This is the name I want. Okay, cool. Get that structure. And then start saying, hey, this is what I do customs. You can reach out at this business contact or this business email and say, this is what I do, and do one-on-one services. So it's like, you don't have to do all the extra that people have like with brick and mortars or like more bigger established companies. You can start off real small, but you need to make sure that like your shit is your shit. That's what's going to separate you. Because my homegirl, she had a line. Yeah, she has 1 million followers, but guess what? Champion stole her shit. So now what you finna do?
Wait. Hold on. So you got a friend? Wait.
The teeth.
You got a friend that has 1 million followers on social media, and she created a design, I'm assuming, and then champion a whole. Oh, she created a whole brand.
And Champion took her shit
because she didn't have her paperwork together.
And what you gonna do? You gonna hit Champion?
She didn't do the work. She didn't do the work. Only the doers are blessed.
I helped her design her logo. I helped her start her brand, and she tried to cut me out of it. So that's another thing. And then Champion came, because all you got to do is go check the registered trademark companies. You just got to have a what is that thing, like LegalZoom or whatever. You can just do all your stuff through there, and then you find out if the name is taken. If it's not, swoop, what you gonna tell them? Oh no, Champion, can I have my shit back? No, you didn't do the paperwork you needed to do. It happens a lot. Domain names is $13. Go spend $13 and buy your fucking domain name and re-register that shit every year. Because Urban Rarity, if I don't re-register that, somebody could take that and now I can't even use Urban Rarity for my website anymore.
Right. Yeah, it's just, I'm just thinking like of all the people I've been mentoring people for years, for decades. Over 20 years I've been trying to help people. And one thing that I'm burnt out at now, and I still get, and even though I've in the little bit of minuscule success that I have now, I get a lot of people who want to, what do they say? Let me pick your brain. Let me bend your ear a little bit, Shannon. They slide in. I get DMs, I get emails, I get at least 1 or 2 a week of somebody asking for my advice with something. And now, these days, I don't really respond to that. And the reason why is because historically speaking, it's been so many people that I've attempted to help. Because I'm thinking, all you got to do is this, all you got to do is this, and all you got to do is this. Follow those steps. Here's the blueprint. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I don't want you to do the hard work. I've already done the hard work. I already know what works. I already know what's difficult. All you got to do is just follow these simple steps, and then you'll be fine. And then you give the answers to the test. You give this information out to people, and you say, go, be great. And they don't make it happen. And that after 20 years plus, it's like, God damn, you're not even gonna do the basics. So now I'm not even encouraged. I'm not even inspired as I used to be to help people like I want, but I do want to. It's just that now I'm bringing that circle a little bit tighter. I'm giving this game out a little bit to a select few people. Now, thanks to Clubhouse, I give that out to people. I don't mind talking to Clubhouse because I know I'm spreading it to hundreds of people at the same time.
But and those when are it was also used people to be, that And those are, sorry to cut you off, but those are also people that have at least taken a step in the right direction to seek help, which is also very different than somebody that just has their hand out.
Right.
You know, these people are like engaging, true. They're spending time like waiting to get their questions answered. They're out like, you know, reaching out to other people. So it's like, you know, you're slowly starting to put the work in too. But it's like stuff doesn't happen overnight, but our society also hasn't raised us to be more productive.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean society hasn't raised? You talking about like the school system? You know, because a lot of people don't believe in college now. You know how people are feeling about college these days. They're starting to question the whole university. Well, I wasn't gonna say it, but 70% of successful entrepreneurs never went to college. 70% of entrepreneurs
because I don't need a piece of paper to tell me that I'm good at something. Especially if like some people have real world experiences and they grow up like within me. Like I grew up in retail. I started learning and I started paying attention to other people. Like it was slightly mentored a little bit. So it's like you don't always have to have a piece of paper. That piece of paper is not going to tell you that you know everything. It's the real world experiences and mentorships. And
the other thing behind that piece of paper is the education that they picked up. But the education is geared. And this is what I was getting to when you said, is the world kind of like. Oh wait, can you hear the audio?
I can hear it. No, I'm just looking at you.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Why is Siri is stopping my music? Stop it, Siri. I got Siri piped into this system. Hold on one second. Give me a quick second.
Okay, well, let me tell you what I'm saying. So I'm saying as far as like the school systems when we're growing up and also our parents like maybe holding us accountable, a lot of people like it's okay for you not to do as well. It's like it's like what I'm trying to say. Like,
so excelling, okay, cool. Just getting by is enough.
Yeah, nobody tells you or like puts you in a position to like, no, okay, that's cool, you did great, but you can do better. Why do you think athletes come out and like they don't have no like, oh, I'm gonna be great, I'm the fucking best? That's why it's just different mindsets. Yeah, like college isn't for everybody. So it's just like when I have kids, I want to make sure that they know, okay, cool, you did that, okay, but why did you only do that? Do you think you could do better? How about you try to do better? Since you did that, okay, like how about you try to do better? You know, like pushing them to excel. And so it's like, just because I say I want a business or just because you went and you bought something, you sold one piece, okay, that's just the beginning, baby. I've been in this shit for 6 years and I've had a store for 3 years and I'm still doing new shit every day and I still want to improve and I don't have a cap to what I want to do. So imagine, you know, imagine like how much effort that takes just to keep your business up. Who don't pay themselves for 3 years?
Yeah, but they still want the success. They want to be millionaires.
Yeah, but that's why they fall off. The 3%, there's only 3% that succeeds out of the 97% that wants to work for everybody else. And I'm not one of them motherfuckers.
They want the Lamborghini. They want the house on the hill. Yeah, Courtney.
Well, you know, they gotta go get their toes stuck in Dubai to get that Lamborghini too. They gotta go deal with some whack ass niggas like, you know what I'm saying, to do wild stuff or have them give them a bag and they're like one of 10 girls. Like, I don't know, that's LA shit, but I'm not doing none of that shit. Everything I have is on my own and it's gonna be on my own.
Yeah, what about the guys?
Do it? Huh?
So what's up with the guys that you meet? Tell me about the young.
They're sugar babies.
Huh? Wait, sugar baby? What do you mean? Oh, you mean the guys?
No, I was saying like guys can get bread out here too.
People they're just not motivated. You know, go ahead.
I feel like people are not motivated for sure, but they want that quick money. They want the quick fame. Like all that stuff is very temporary. So I always say people are willing to settle for crumbs, and I'm a greedy girl. I want the whole pie.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. That's attractive. That's attractive.
Yeah. And I'm out here just trying to like, you know, to say like, get away from me. Like, you know, to have people like back up. Cause I'm like, no. You're trying to fuck off my shit and trying to deter me from what I need to do. And I don't need anybody in my life that's trying to deter me at the moment. So I had made a post the other day that got like a wild reaction, but it's just, you know, it's just different. I'm not for everybody. My mentality, I like to work, I like to be busy. It's like, you know, some people don't respect the hustle, and it's like, if you don't respect the hustle, then we already don't get along. But a lot of men like women who are not productive, which is so weird, and I will understand that. And then there's some guys who want women to just be like little trophy shit, and I will never understand that. And then there's some men who want that boss bitch, you know what I'm saying, and respect her shit.
Yeah, I'm playing with my controls. Don't you mess with me, man? See here. Hey, this shit is dope. All right. Yeah, tell me about, this was a question I was getting ready to ask you. Tell me about the, I forgot the question, Courtney.
Something about men you were talking about, like men?
No, I got past that. It was another good question I was going to ask you. I forget what it was. Either way, when it comes to, dog, I forgot it was a good question. I hate that I missed, that it slipped my mind.
What did it like pertain
Either
to?
way.
Like,
well, it was about people faking the funk and not doing what they say they're gonna do, and acting like they want something that they're not willing to do the work to get. But I forget what it was. Either way.
But is it because? But also, is it because that they see it and they like the reaction that person got and they want that type of reaction, or is it that they really want that in their life? You know,
I don't know, because I'm cut from a different cloth. So, like the few little stuff that, and the little bit of stuff that I have as a result of, hard work, like literal, like physical hard work, like, cutting and like the studio, I built this studio with my hands.
Yeah, you did this. Yeah.
So, I remember when I had the store across the street from you, people would come in and ooh and all of that stuff, and they wanted it. And I'll be like, yeah, but there's a store right across, there's a space right across the street available. It's actually cheap and they're giving a deal. You want that? Go get it. Nah, they wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. But that's why people go to those stores, and it's like, it's the packaging. Like how I love to go to McDonald's and buy the $1.10 drink just because of the packaging. But a Coke is like the same, but I want that fountain drink. It's just it's the packaging behind it. So people want what they see and they don't understand like how to do it. It's you save so much money, and it's so much more vital for you to know how to do shit on your own. But yet people want to go out and just hire everybody else to do it for them. And that's why they charge you so much. You know what I'd be thinking? Oh, a man made this, a man made my website, a man made this piece of fabric, a man did all this. Okay, that means I can do that shit too. Why I gotta outsource for everything? Why can't I learn how to do something like how you're teaching me embroidery? Like I should learn how to do that shit too. Why I always gotta pay somebody to do it? And that's people's problems. Everybody want to pay everybody and then complain to their homie, oh man, bro, why you charging me $1,500 for a website? Man, come on, bro. You know why? Because he has a trade. He learned something. He took the time to learn it because your dumbass didn't want to, and I'm gonna charge you for it. Right.
That's right. That's real. So then tell me about this. Since this show, we talk about entrepreneurship and relationships. Tell me, how is it out there with guys? I know you're single, and then you're out there, you're meeting different people. Are you meeting go-getters? What's the I know it's for me, for women, I don't really meet that many women who are hustlers in the entrepreneur sense, but they go get their degrees. Don't get me wrong. Women will go to school on your ass quick, so they become they got a PhD and a bachelor's. They don't have no problem going to school. But in terms of entrepreneurship or going out and getting what they really want, because it's not too many jobs out there that can make you a millionaire. It's really not any. The highest paid job in America is a neurosurgeon, and that's at about $450,000. Outside of getting bonuses, you really won't find any jobs out there that's going to pay somebody a certain, $1 million a year. So when it comes to
people who those are also people who like guarantee checks. They go to school to know that they can get a job placement, so they know every Friday or every second Friday they get a check.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then tell me this. What's out there in terms of men? I know we got the Instagram, and I know people are always acting like they're making things happen, and they take the fancy pictures, and the selfies look like they on vacation, and they got to pop it, and they got money phones and all that bullshit. But what's the real climate out there? What's going on in the VIP section at the nightclubs? What's happening at the bars? Is brothers out there actually doing the work to live the lifestyle that they're talking about, or is it all fake in a facade too?
I think it's both. I think there are definitely some fronters and some fakers, but then I also believe in my mind the type of man that I need is not going to be in the club. He's not going to be out social. He's not going to be popping on the gram. You know why?
Really?
Why? Yeah, because in real life, he's working. In real life, he's about that shit. In real life, he ain't got to tell me he got a heavy wrist with a rollie. You know why? Because the nigga got it at the house, chilling in his box. He pops it out on Fridays when he want to take his girl to lunch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really has it in real life, so he don't have to worry about it. And you don't have to go out and flash shit or say, hey, this is what I do to feel validated. Like, he's probably that guy that just be out on a Tuesday afternoon taking himself to lunch with a clean manicure and just sitting there eating a salad. Like, I don't know. I just feel like the man that's probably out there for me, like, he's just his own boss. He could work in an office, but maybe working outside today. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's a catch-22. There's just different type of men. There's definitely different type of men, but also the type of man that I feel like I would need, that would understand like my hustle and my entrepreneurness and like my need for like creativity. Like he's gonna see that, but he's gonna have his own already. Like, he's securely gonna have his own. He doesn't have to be a 6-figure nigga. Like, you don't have to end up being none of that. He could have his own 9-to-5, but he understands the hustle that you have to have, because that check ain't always guaranteed.
Got it. And that's what I was going to talk to you about. It just reminded me. I was going to talk to you about your circle. You know, I was going to talk to you about how do you protect your circle and to make sure that you're not infected or contaminated with the mindset of those who aren't doers like yourself. You know, a lot of times we have to rely on ourselves to motivate ourselves to do the things that we need to do. But it's a lot easier when you have like in the book that I read called Think and Grow Rich, that was written in 1930. Actually, it was written in 1921, and it was the unabridged version in 21, and then I think it was released in 1938. He talks about your mastermind group. And I don't have a mastermind group. I need to create one. I need to build one. I haven't done the things. And you know what? I'm gonna bring up that book is gonna be a topic. I'm gonna talk about the book Think and Grow Rich. That's gonna be another podcast episode so people can understand it, because I really encourage people to read that book. It's the book that has made more people millionaires than any other publication or book in the world, right? According to millionaires that say it, that attest to this. But the thing is, it's not just a book, it's a manual. You have to do it's a list of shit in there that you got to do, and it ain't easy to do. And I've tried it 2 times and I haven't been able to do it. Simply because I'm not disciplined enough to do it. And once I get the discipline, and I'm going to get it, don't get me wrong. I'm going to follow the steps in that book, and then I think everything is going to be fine. But one of the things in there, I think chapter 9 or 10, it says that you have to create yourself a mastermind group. Do you have a mastermind group of men or women or like-minded people like yourself who you will only allow to into your like personal or your business world, and that's the people that you discuss things with, and to make sure that these people are doers like yourself?
I do, but then I don't at the same time. So I have a very close group of friends that I expose my ideas to, my creative thoughts, because they give me a safe space. So I have that. But as far as somebody, I'm not gonna say at the level of what I'm at or what I'm doing, but I don't have somebody around me that's a go-getter like myself. So I need to grow a mastermind group in that sense, where I have somebody else who's a designer. I have somebody else who's taking off like within the digital creation world, and just whatever, just different sectors, and we all work together. That's what I'm actually trying to build right now, with other designers. So then
how do you protect yourself from being infected by the lazy people?
Oh, because so, Shannon, but I had been in a mentally abusive situation years ago. So after that, I just gave up on me being concerned about somebody else. It sounds weird, but it's if you don't want to do the work, then I don't care.
Really?
I know I'm going to do it.
Right. Well, that's in a romantic situation, but what about your homegirls?
No. Same thing, dead ass. If I give you all the tools, hey girl, do this and that, and you don't want to do it, okay, that's fine. You don't want to do that. I'm not going to press you. I'm not going to tell you, girl, get on your shit all the time, because I'm telling you that and you're not doing anything. So I'm going to save my energy. We're still cool, but I just know you're not in my little bubble here.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I still fuck with you, but it's just not on that level. So it's you have to learn where to hold people. Like not everybody should be in your top 5. I got homegirls, I got homeboys. Yeah, we cool all day. You know, if you need 20, okay, cool, spot you. Oh, we're gonna go to dinner. Okay, I got you, whatever. But as far as my business, you're not there.
Yeah, I have a story where some of my friends that grew up in the neighborhood I grew up in the Valley in Hanson Hills, one of my friends went off on me about 10 years ago. I haven't really spoke to him in 10 years. We're not enemies. We're still friends on Facebook, but he doesn't comment on my stuff. I don't comment on his. Because he went off on me telling me that he feels that I think that I'm better than everybody from our neighborhood. And I told him, I said, no, that's not the case. I don't necessarily feel that I'm better than anybody from our neighborhood, but I would like some of my friends from my neighborhood to elevate and move beyond. Like I got friends from the neighborhood that still live at home. I mean, I'm almost 50 years old. They older than me. They never moved. And so I remember years ago, I went back to the neighborhood and a guy that was maybe a year or two older than me. He was one of my big homies. I pulled up. I had just bought, I don't know if I had bought a Lexus or if I had bought a Benz. I forget what I bought, but I pulled up to the neighborhood to go see my mom's. And then he walked up on me. He's like, "What up, Shan? Oh, you doing big things, bro? You know, let me hold $20." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Let me just hold $20." And I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe, like we all went to the same high school. We played football together. We did everything together, but he asked me for $20. And $20, I'm thinking, why would my friend need to borrow? And it wasn't a joke. He wasn't asking like, I see your car. Let me hold 20, my nigga. It wasn't that. He literally needed $20. In fact, I gave it to him. And he kept it. So I always thought that was an issue. And I was just like, man. So then you hear songs like Drake that comes out with My Day Ones and, No New Friends and all of that. But sometimes you got to let them day ones go. I think Snoop Dogg talked about that. And the day ones will hold you back. And if they're not doing like you are, you'll turn around and be just like them. And you'll wake up one day and you 50 years old and you be like, man, my whole life done passed by. Now I got these aches and pains in my back and I can't move like I used to. All because I'm hanging around these day ones that I'm quote unquote supposed to be loyal to, but they haven't done anything. And so
because it's the crab in the bucket effect.
Yeah, it's that crab in the bucket effect, big time.
They don't want nobody wants to see you doing better than them. Is they start to see progression or smell progression, like when exes smell progression, like, oh, she look like she popping over there. I'm gonna hit her up. Don't pull me back in no bucket. Don't try to pull me back to nothing because what was old is old and it wasn't for me then and it's not gonna be for me now. Right. So it's the same thing. Like sometimes I can have people around me who maybe, like I feel like low-key be kind of hating. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like that's cool. But I feel like it really depends on the energy that you give them. If you let them exist in your space, then you're allowing that. So like I said, I hold people where I hold them. I don't have many people around me. Like I have like my homeboy, Tony, he designs too. Like he's in the space with me and we bounce creative ideas off each other. Yeah. Yeah. Stuff like that. But it's like, but in my store now, like my store is not a store anymore. It's more like a workspace. It's a safe space for me. Yeah, it's different. So my energy is different. So no, I don't want everybody in here. No, I don't want certain people to come around and I don't, not in a disrespectful way, but it's like I don't really care about what you're doing.
Especially if they're not doing nothing. Doing nothing.
What are you gonna tell me? Oh, I slept in today.
What are we gonna talk about?
On the porch. Like I don't care.
Yeah. What's the conversation? What is the conversation going to be? So yeah, that's super important.
Inspire me. Like I inspire you. Like I have friends that are energy vampires. Like you're taking everything from me, but then I got to go recharge. I go home and sit there on the couch like feeling fucked up because you took all my shit. Right. And what did you do with it? Nothing
at all. Fed off of you like a leech, sucked all the blood out of you, took all your energy, and then they did nothing with it. Now, if they did something with it, I'd feel okay. Right. But when you do nothing with it, that becomes a problem. And that's why a lot of people aren't blessed because they're not that doer that they claim that they want to be.
Exactly, because the shit is harder than you think. And it's like now you put my project back 2 days because I got to refill my tank. you know, and then now I'm mad. So that's happened many a times. So it's just like just learning from like mistakes and learning just where to hold people and learning that, hey, it's okay if that's your best friend and she ain't shit. That's okay. Yeah. That is okay. I think Tony here right now, but it's okay. And as you elevate, your time entertain certain things and focus diminishes. Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who like they'll hit me. Oh, I'm live.
Is that Tony?
That would hit me. Yeah. Can you see?
Tony, pull up.
What's going on?
Tony Jones, we live.
Hey, man, what's up?
Yeah, he started his first podcast today.
How does it look like you're in the same room?
Because it's the little app thingy. Okay, Tony, we'll get to that later. So, but there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who will say, "Hey, Court, like, what do I do? My homegirl, she has her birthday. I can't make it because I have to go do this order, blah blah." And now she's mad. Right. Okay, well, you know, your homegirl does not support you as much as you think, because my homegirls, they fucking know me. If Court can't come, that means Court really can't come. If Court says she's busy, that really means Court busy. And why? Because I'm out here doing shit. So if I was out here being a lazy ass girl and
Courtney,
fucking off my
we got to do an episode on that. We got to do an episode on support. That needs to be it. We need to talk about that, because when I started I'm gonna save this dialogue for the episode that we do, because a lot of people talk about support, but then they're not really there. But then the moment that you can't do something that is business related, they mad. They mad at you. It's like, well, wait a minute, you ain't bought not one pair of leggings, you ain't picked up a hat. You ain't, but you got shit. You got my free shit, but you ain't. How come your name is not in my customer database? Because you've never been a customer. Yeah, so we got to talk about that.
No, yeah, but it's really real. So like, I'll have clients. They'll be like, "Oh, you know, Tony, they're all mediums." Sorry,
you gotta be some larges in there.
No.
Okay.
So, no, there are people that would hit me and be like, "Hey, Court, what do I do in this situation? Because now my friend is mad." Okay, well, talk to your fucking friend. Is your friend pay your bills? Did your friend, did your friend put you on to certain shit? No. So tell her that, or him, that he had to chill the fuck out for a minute. Yeah. And respectfully. Because I know if my homegirl said, "Hey, Court, like, I really need this," or "Can you do it?" I'm gonna drop what I gotta do and I'm gonna really try to be there. But if I can't, I'm gonna try to support you in whatever way I can.
And those that get it, or other doers, would understand that.
Or people that like that I inspire. Yeah, if I inspire them, I'm feeding you by inspiring you. So the last thing you need to do is hinder my shit. Right. Because I'm the one who gives you the ideas, the concepts, the motivation to get your shit up.
Right.
So how are you going to hinder me? Like, ever since I learned what that airplane stuff was, where you had to put your own mask on first and then save your child. Ever since I learned that, I was like, what doesn't make sense? Like, help the kid out. I was like, no, because if you fuck around and you don't save yourself, you're killing everybody on the plane, because you're the one person who's going to get shit done.
Yeah. How you going to help somebody else breathe? You can't breathe.
Exactly. Save yourself first so you can save everybody. But if you fuck it off and you try to just save the kid who's kid might die. I'm sorry, little nigga. Like, but everybody ain't gonna die because you want to have a fucking panic attack and shit. No, I'm being dramatic. But I'm just saying this, like, sometimes you really have to make sure your shit is up to par first before you can, start divvying out your shit to everybody else who's not gonna do nothing with it. If I give you my shit, do something with it. I give this nigga pep talks all the time. Yeah,
give it right back to you.
And he gives it right back to me. When I need to hear my shit, I need to hear my shit.
Yeah.
That's why not everybody.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing about it. See, Tony Jones is a doer, though. He's exactly who we're not talking about. Tony makes things like, remember that jacket I gave Tony?
And he made something out of that, didn't he?
It took him 3 days. Yeah, I had that jacket just chilling. Tony was like, "Man, I'm gonna turn this into something." A week, 3 days later, Tony did that. So that's it. Now, there's people that I would have given that to today. I'd be like, "Hey, what's up with that jacket I gave you?" I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. I'm getting ready to. I'm getting ready to cut the sleeves off, but I'm just trying to think about what I'm going. Nah, man, just give me my jacket back. Just give me my jacket back.
No, exactly.
But you keep people like Tony around who takes that jacket and says, "Yo, appreciate that, SHAN. I'm gonna make something happen." A week later, something has already been made happen. And so that's why it's good that you have people like him around.
And I told you to give me one of yours, so I'll make one for you for that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I still got one to make for you. Give me a jacket for yourself.
That's what's up.
But that's why I was saying too, like, he's in my space because we can bounce shit off of each other.
That's inner circle.
Right. But if I had an unproductive person around me, bruh, I would be dead. Even when he comes in here and starts eating lunch before he gets to work, I'm like, oh, really? Like, that's crazy.
But I get it done, though.
You get here at 3:00 and you eat lunch? Like, that's crazy. And he'd be like, yeah, maybe I should work first. I'm like, yeah, how about you? You know, like, we be on each other like that.
Or eat before you get here. How about you eat before you get here?
Because now I'm looking at you like, you look real comfy and I've been here all day. You know, so it's just keeping your people on their shit. It's just keeping your people on your shit. But imagine, it's okay. You know what, for the people that are watching, it's okay to not fuck with your people that you fuck with from day one the same.
You outgrow them sometimes.
You outgrow people sometimes. And then they just have to understand.
There's levels to your friendships.
Right. They have to understand it's not you being different. It's not you like, oh, you changed now. Oh, you think you something. No, you think I'm something. I think I'm the same fucking person.
I love my friends from back home that I grew up with. But when I go home for 3 days and I'm out because I start coming down to my old self. And I'm like, I go for 3 days, say what's up to the fam. I'm back to LA. I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Only the doers are blessed, y'all.
Yeah, but I feel like people should also find something that they really are passionate about. Don't get into something just because you think it's cool or that Forex shit worked for your homeboy. That Forex may not work for you. You might do better with real estate and flipping shit. Like, you know, do something that you like.
Don't do it for the money, do it for the
But you know that speaks back to the easy money. You know, it's so many people, especially people within our culture, who is always after that easy money. Mm-hmm. It's like, from the MLMs to the network marketing to like Forex. When like people are on Forex because I ain't got to go do nothing physically. I just got to set up my laptop and just got to learn the process. Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that shit is it ain't easy to do Forex either. It's a lot of calculations. You didn't pay attention in math class. You can't think that fast. And so now you didn't missed out on the trade that you didn't know. However, they thinking that it's an easy money, and it's not easy money. And next thing you know, they didn't blew $1,000. They didn't blew $2,000 trying to do some binary trading, and they don't even understand it.
Some people don't even know what the fuck binary is. So what are you even doing?
Shannon, I know how to trade, and I'm opposed to that MLM scheme pyramid. I know how to trade for real. I do it on my own. I taught myself. I watch all the classes, but like, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm not necessarily opposed to him. I got some friends that's made some big money in multi-level marketing. No. But hear me out. I know some people that's made some big money, but those people are doers too. Like, it didn't matter if they did network market. It didn't matter if they ever did Mary Kay or if they did Herbalife or if they did something. It didn't matter if they would have done that. I mean, when they did that, they did really well and made a lot of money. But even if those same people I would have put into business, they would have done well over there because it's innately in them to become successful, and they're doers, period. But then you get so many other people who are not doers, they're lazy innately, and so they jump into this easy stuff like Forex or trying to do Herbalife and whatnot, and they can't, and they fail. So it doesn't matter where they go. And I'm just can't understand why people don't realize just being consistent and doing what they're supposed to do, even when it hurts. They don't see that there's success that comes in that. But a lot of people don't. And so that's the nature of this. That's what we're talking about today. And it just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, because I feel like they see it, but they don't have people around them to help push them out of it. So it's just like working out, like, oh, I want to be skinny like that model that got her body done that looks skinny from working out, but really isn't. Like, I want to look like her. Okay, so look like her. Go.
I heard that petty.
Don't trust all these bodies. But I'm just saying, like, people want to look like what they see. So how do you do that? You don't have to be a rapper to be popping. You can do whatever you want. I don't know. I feel like, let me just say it like this. I feel like success and being rich and being powerful is all like a state of mind. It's like what my level of success is, what my level of like riches, what my level of all like, whatever is in power. That's what I'm saying. He says success is happiness. Some people have different things. Some people say they want to be the CEO of a company or they want to do this and that. Okay, cool. That's their level. So I feel like other people should stop worrying about other people so much. I worry about my fucking self.
Don't worry about the Joneses.
Don't worry about the Joneses because the Joneses is over there fucked up on their credit.
The Joneses is in foreclosure. You don't even know it.
They're scamming and stuff. So it's like, of course the Joneses look like they popping. Your neighbor look like they popping when whenever they pull up and they got whoop, whoop, whoop. But you don't know